Willkommen zurück bei The Zodiac Trial. Im letzten Part haben wir einige Entscheidungen getroffen und eine davon ist die, die ihr seht. Pig hat uns vorgeschlagen oder sehr, sehr stark uns gedrängt dazu, unsere Fähigkeit zu nutzen, denn am Ende kamen wir so siegreich aus dem Spiel. Aber mit uns zusammen, mit Pig und mir, kam auch Ochs raus und das war's. 3 Überlebende. Nicht sehr ideal. Von daher, wir bleiben beim Plan der Gruppe. We run as usual. What was I thinking about? If I randomly decide to use my ability, I'd signal to the group that I didn't trust them. Just testing it out. What was I thinking? What was Pig thinking? Without another thought, I choose to run. Well, time to meet up again, like promised. I would have preferred to walk with Pig, but she seemed to have gone ahead without me. No problem, I just got on by myself. I took a staircase down to the first floor. Ah, Mouse, there you are. Where's Pig? She didn't come ahead by herself already? No. That's odd. Who cares? The results are about to be announced. We all turned our attention to the TV, where the race results would be shown. There shouldn't be anything out of the ordinary here, though. Round 6 has ended. Now, let us see how the race has progressed. Ich habe eine Idee, was passieren wird. The rat has run one space. The ox has run one space. The tiger has run one space. The bunny has run one space. The dragon has run one space. The snake has run one space. The horse has run one space. The sheep has run one space. The monkey has run one space. The rooster has run one space. The dog has run one space. The pig has used Loser's Desperation. The pig moves 11 spaces. Yep, das habe ich erwartet. Now, round 7 has begun. Do your best and choose wisely. What? What the hell? What was Pig doing? The answer was obvious upon a second thought. She was trying to win the race. That meant that the person with the desperate personality was the very person I had just spent that much time with. I kicked myself for not noticing earlier. Pig had been acting strange. I just didn't think. Well, that's it. I just didn't think. This is... Pig betrayed us. It appears that our other traitor has shown themselves. Yo, this is bad, isn't it? She's way ahead of all of us. Indeed, for the person with the desperate personality to have such a powerful ability and for Pig to use it so effectively. This is perhaps the rare case where a single agent can effectively gain such an incredible lead. So are we... Everyone, settle down. Ox regained the group's attention. This is not a cause for alarm. Whether this could be viewed as a good thing. After all, we now know who the enemy is. Admittedly, Pig has gained a rather impressive lead on us. However, that is a move she can only utilize once. At this point, her movement options have been severely limited. We should just focus on capturing her. Say, Snake, you said your ability would be good to help prevent if somebody went off on their own. Do you think you can turn things around? Alas, I fear these things may not be that simple, Mouse. The scenario I pictured was if several people acted out. With a single frontrunner getting such a lead, I am regrettably limited in my usefulness. Figures. Hey, this is where my dragon's breath should be used, yeah? Indeed. Dragon, you may come in handy here. After all, Pig only has one option in how far they can move at this point. They run one space. If your dragon with the lane, we can prevent her from winning. Are we sure that'll work? What if she has no items? She doesn't. I've been with her this whole time. She hasn't gotten any items. Well, I did hand over the mine trinkets to her. You what? How was I supposed to know? How many minor trinkets does she have? 2. Oh, okay. So if we suspect her and Monkey, we still have enough. Sure, that's nice to know. But the important thing is that she has minor trinkets. That all she has are minor trinkets. She can't use more than one herself, so she's still limited to moving one space. Dragon, you use your ability to block off the space in front of her. Sure. As for the rest of us, we need to split up and search for Pig physically. Right. There's one way to stop her that doesn't involve any games. We prevent her from inputting any move by force. I know this is something none of you will like to hear, but at this point, it's us or her. I think this situation we're authorized to use lethal force. Hold on, we're still not 100% sure that Pig is, in fact, a traitor. It could be a mistake or something. If there was a case, why did you be hiding out? For a moment, a thought passed through my mind. Is she really hiding right now, or something else? That's a good point, Mouse. We're not entirely sure at the moment, so if you get the chance, try and ask about her motives. But the number one priority is stopping her by any means necessary. This is a large school, but it's still just a school. If we all split up and search carefully, we'll find her soon. This isn't some trinket we're looking for. It's a human being, a lot harder to hide. So we search for her, and we convene at the end of the round. Like that, everyone understood the mission. Not everyone liked it, but everyone understood it. Might I be untied at this point? It's clear I bear the group no ill will, and I believe I could be an aid in searching for Pig. Fine, but you're searching with me. It would be my pleasure.
Ach, Monkey, ich liebe dich. Entschuldigung, mein Stuhl quietscht ein bisschen.
I also decided to search with Ox. I wasn't particularly scared for my life, but still, Ox and Monkey were probably the two people I trusted the most at this point. Although, Pig was on that list a few minutes ago, so perhaps I wasn't the best judge of this sort of thing. The three of us began to search the left wing of the first floor. Not having to spend nearly as much time searching, we covered firmer ground. Towards the end of the round, we had briefly gone over the majority of the first floor. And yet, Pig was nowhere to be found. How are we not finding her? It's not like she can hide in some super secret spot or something. Like Bunny said, we're looking for a human, not a trinket. That means that they can't move from spot to spot. They can listen to where people are moving. It's basically a large game of hide and seek.
Seems like Pig's pretty good at hide and seek then.
For all we know, some other group has found Pig already. Were that the case, wouldn't we have heard something already? I suppose. God, I feel like such an idiot. How could I not have known Pig was the other traitor? I was searching with her. Mouse, there's no blame to be assigned here. You don't know her as a person, so you're not adjusted to her personality yet. In your case, it'd be difficult to even tell what being off looks like. Additionally, in such a perilous situation, there are several reasons one could be off. You need to at least detect the guilt in her offness to truly determine the answer. People greatly overestimate their ability to read strangers. Unless you're a trained professional, most people can only make informed assessments on people that they know, at least somewhat. Why, my specialty is reading people, and I would not have been able to tell. Well, that's nice to hear. You always know what to say to Team Up Monkey. Like I said, I know you. Regardless of whose fault it is, we just need to look forward to the future. Looking back is a waste of time. I know you conspicuously didn't take a side on whether or not it was my fault, Ox. And on the note of looking forward, we should input our moves and go back to the cafeteria. Agreed. With a nod of her head, Monkey entered the nearby classroom. Say, Mouse. Hit you right on me. Huh? I'm going to stampede to get behind Pig. Why? At this point, everyone's probably going to be looking to get as far as possible. If we capture Pig, we can reconfigure afterwards. But being close to the end gives us leverage. Okay then. I wasn't sure about this, but I went along with that with what Ox said. He seemed to know what he was talking about. I entered a neighbor classroom and hitched a ride on Ox. Then the three of us went back to the cafeteria. There, people were lamenting their lack of progress. Shifty little bitch, how did nobody find her? Was everyone searching properly? Dragon, no need to get so upset. The fuck are you saying to me?
She's saying that there's no need to get upset. We'll find her soon enough. She will run out of places to hide.
She better. And like that, the television cut on once more. Time to see the race results.
Round 7 has ended. Now, let us see how the race has progressed. The rat has hitched a sneaky ride on Ox. The Ox has begun to stampede and move to the 15th space. Thanks to the sneaky ride, the rat also moves 9 spaces. The tiger used the dive. The tiger moved 2 spaces. The bunny has begun to hop and moved 1 space. The dragon has used dragon breath. Lane 17 is engulfed in flames. The snake has run 1 space. The horse has used steady gallop. The horse moves 3 spaces. The sheep has used sweet sleep. They can make 2 extra moves next turn. The monkey has chosen to confess.
To confess? Also,
the rooster has used encouraging growl to make the dragon move 4 spaces.
oh wow, nett.
The dog has chosen to confess. The pig has chosen to confess.
Was heißt confess? Ah, okay.
Now, let us hear some confessions. First up, monkey.
What on earth? Everyone's eyes moved towards Monkey. However, she simply stayed silent. Her arms were firmly in her pocket, and her gaze wasn't even at the television. After a time, the Jade Emperor spoke up once more.
Their confession was worth 0 spaces. You suck. Next up, dog.
Again, attention shifted to dog. But like Monkey, he didn't speak. It appeared those two deliberately choose confession just to move 0 spaces. But pig, I suddenly got worried.
Their confession was worth 0 spaces. You suck. Next up, pig.
I wasn't expecting to hear anything, but very faintly, I heard a voice begin to speak. I'm responsible for the online perception that Aaron Morris was guilty. The voice came from a place not far from here. Immediately, several among the group, myself included, began moving towards the voice. Initially, I planned to cover the incident from a totally opposite perspective. I planned on pointing out the holes in the case, along with other sketchy rumors about Amadeus Bowen. We made our way to the classroom not far from the cafeteria. There we saw Pig, nervously shouting through the window. However, I was approached by a very influential media company with the absurdly generous offer. They were prepared to pay me a big sum of money, as well as get me in touch with some of the connections and even subtly promote my works.
Instantly, Horse went to the
door, trying to force it open. However, for some reason it wouldn't budge. There was one condition. I had to do everything in my power to help promote the public narrative that Aaron Morris is 100% guilty. I moved closer to the window and saw that somehow Pigman had found a bike chain. She had used it in conjunction with a fixture on the wall to completely lock herself in the room. The media company seemingly had no connection with Amadeus Bowen, and yet I knew this offer was shady. Of course it was shady, how could it not be? But I took it anyways. I posted articles after articles slamming Aaron Morris, talking about how incredibly guilty he was. I used sock puppets and false accounts to spread this work as far as I could. And if I saw any online articles taking the opposite view, I'd spam them with garbage and flag them as misinformation on social media sites. My method produced results, and when I showed it to the employers, they were pleased. I only helped perpetrate a potential injustice simply to line my own selfish coffers. I'm selfish, despicable scum who only cares about herself.
With that final cry,
everyone went silent. Was this true? To be honest, it sounded plausible. It sounded bad, which meant
their confession was worth 5 spaces. You're horrible. That's all the confessions we have for this round. Now, round 10 has begun. Do your best and choose wisely.
5 spaces? Damn it, we were playing for frauds.
Doesn't matter. We're ending this now.
Horse wetted himself, preparing to slam down the door. He would rush headfirst into the room and deal with Pig himself. In this situation... Ich glaube, irgendwas hat Pig vor. Hold on, Horse. Let's think about this.
What's there to think about?
Barging in there could be dangerous. It isn't necessary.
It isn't?
Why would it be? She's out of options, and we can escape without her. Let's just take a calm step back and think about the situation rationally. Horse stared at me for a few seconds. Then with a sigh, he took a few steps away from the door. Okay, cool. Let's just think about this for a bit. Mouse is right. Thinking about it rationally, there's not an immense rush. The confession took us off guard, granted, but it's a one-time use thing. Now she's truly only has one option. We can definitely get her with the dragon breath. Just then, through the door, Pig shouted, 8667. Monkey, if you want to enter this, input that.
God damn it!
In an instant, Dragon covered Monkey's ears and tried to bring her away from the door before Pig could say anything more. Unfortunately, the damage had already been done.
Did you hear the numbers Pig said?
Unfortunately, I did.
Well then, that truly is a shame. I will believe we must kill her at this point.
What? What? Snake, how could you say something like that? You're really just going to kill one of us like that?
It is the only way to guarantee that Pig gets hit by the dragon breath next turn. Any other method is imprecise.
Suggesting we commit murder? Snake has a point. I mean, since Monkey is going to be executed anyways. Sheep, you too? I mean, from Snake it's one thing, but you? I understand the impulse some of you may have after hearing Pig's outburst just now. The threat of imminent death clouds minds. How about we all take moments to breathe in and to breathe out? That's better. Now then, let us explore the facts, shall we? Right now, you are feeling scared, and that's okay. The fear is tempting you to make actions you otherwise would not. However, I would implore you to think about this logically. Have I not already proved myself to be on the side of the group's survival? What reason would I have to go along with Pig's absurd request? We can never really know for sure if you're on our side. People people lie all the time. It is true. People lie. But sheep, don't people lie for a reason? What reason would I have to lie? So you could survive. Nobody could just accept that like this. At least not somebody like you. You're right, sheep. This is not something we could accept easily. Even now, fear still gnaws at me. The fact that I'm able to face my fate with my head held high is an exception, not the standard. You're just saying that. Okay, let's recount the facts. By simply inputting the code, Pig yelled out, I would not be able to escape death. Rather, I would be moved forwards, taking me out of the last place position. I would need to secure my own safety. The only person I would help by inputting the code is Pig. I would be killing not only the group, but myself by going along with their request. So you see, there's no possible way I would take that action.
Sure, you wouldn't input the code, but your ability, it let you use whistles and courage and crow, right? With that, you could just send Pig to the finish line without moving yourself.
That is true, I suppose. However, I have no intention of doing so. I promise, I shall input what you wish when I use my tablet.
But that's the trick of the matter, isn't it? We have no way of verifying that until it may be too late.
And to be honest, Monkey, I can't say I buy your little suicide act here. Don't get me wrong. It's not that I don't think someone could be down to take a dive. Lord knows I would be. But last round you confessed nothing, right? Only reason I can figure for you doing something like that would be if you wanted to be last place, when Pig finished first. At the very least, I thought that must have been in the back of your mind. Monkey looked around the room, gorging in each of our expressions. Then with a heavy sigh, she simply shrugged her shoulders. I would argue more, however, by merely looking at you all, I can tell that it is decided. Very well then, do what needs to be done. Hold on everybody. Hold on everybody. Are you serious about this? No, she couldn't seriously just be accepting this, could she? Even if she's going to die anyways, to kill ourselves, that's horrible. We can't do this. Mouse, please. It's better this way. No, but this is wrong, isn't it? Is it? If it ensures the group's survival, I don't think so. So anything's cool if it helps the most people? Mouse, your resistance to this shows that you haven't accepted the fact that one way or another, I am going to die here. I am, so please, resign yourself. I knew Monkey was right. I felt tears begin to water in my eyes, so to save myself further embarrassment, I took a seat and recused myself from the conversation. Still, it played out to the side. They began to argue over who needed to carry out the deed. I hope you realize you're asking somebody to murder you, Monkey. I am aware. Was this not the group's will?
If I proposed it, I may have an obligation to handle these things myself. No, I can do it. Are you sure? If I must.
Your reckless should just stand back. Your weak asses should just stand back. I've experienced with violence, I can handle things.
Have you killed before?
No, but I've gotten pretty damn close. How hard could it be?
Incredibly hard.
If we're talking about who's best equipped for this sort of thing, I'm a cop. I'm always prepared to make the shot if needed. in the line of duty. I bet you're just itching for an excuse to make the shot. Everyone, silence. I'll kill Monkey.
Huh? Rooster, you're an actor, right?
I am. That's exactly why I need to do this. I'm afraid I don't follow. Actually, murdering someone with my own hands, that's something I can tap into in the future. If I do this, I can become the greatest dramatic actor the world has ever known. This is exactly what I've been missing. This is what will bring me over the top. Rooster, I really don't know if this is the sort of thing you want to be able to tap into. Ox, I insist. Let me do this. I can do it. After a brief silence, I bet nobody would contest him.
Very well, Rooster. You will do the deed. For the sake of everybody here, I would ask that I be killed in a separate room.
Why's that?
I can say with a fair amount of certainty that seeing my dead body would be incredibly scarring. It would be for the best that we shield the sight of death from as many people as possible.
Alright, Monkey. You just come with me into a nearby classroom, and we'll get the job done. Hold on. I don't know how much I like just the two of you being there when we kill you. Seems suspicious.
Very well then. Bunny, you can come along as well. Me? As you said, you are a cop. You likely will suffer the least mental damage from watching things unfold.
Alright, if it helps.
Like that, Bunny and Rooster walked over to a nearby classroom and shut the door. 2 or 3 minutes just passed in silence. Then, Rooster exited the room. Instead of addressing us, he walked by us, moving to the cafeteria. He grabbed a kitchen knife, then returned to the classroom. As he passed by, I saw his face. It didn't look good. Not that I was one to talk. I could only imagine how sick I looked to the others. A bit after that, Bunny and Rooster exited the room. Both looked shooken up. Still, Ox went down to business.
So, it's handled?
Yeah, she's dead as dog up. Here's the proof. Bunny held up a tablet. However, when he turned it on, it became clear the tablet didn't belong to him. It was Monkey's. He clicked on the information button and the screen changed accordingly. It talked about Monkey's ability, Monkey see, Monkey do. And it showed Monkey's personality written in big green letters, content. She really was doomed from the start. That personality and the personality. She never had a chance to live. I silently cursed Brian with all my might. Damn him for putting all of us through this. For putting such a kind woman through this. A woman dedicated to helping others. Damn him to hell. If I escaped this place. But no, I couldn't think about that now. Now, I need to move forward. So whether or not Pig used the trinket, she's truly trapped next round. That gives her 3 rounds where she'll be unable to move. After that, she can move 1 space again, but again we can dragon breath that area. Essentially, if we're smart about this, we can lock her out of the entire game.
What a shame. Had she simply held off on racing ahead for 1 turn more, she would have had a real shot at escaping. As it stands, she is entirely out of options. Wasting 6 turns being burned is simply a penalty she just can't afford.
You wouldn't thought she had thunk things through a little better, eh? Yeah, but that's what fear do to you.
The question now is not whether or not Pig will finish in time, it's whether all 10 of us can finish together. To answer that, we need to take stock of our current trinket count. Oh, die wichtigen Fragen werden wir im nächsten Part erst klären, denn dieser Part ist schon voller Dramatik und ich will nicht mehr. Oh, Monkey. Ich liebe die so. Monkey ist mein Lieblingscharakter, 100%ig. Und sie tut mir leid. Arme Monkey, arme Monkey. Naja. Man kann nicht alles haben. Ich danke wie immer fürs Zugucken und bis nächsten Mal. Tschüss.